Coming up on the season finale of Cardinals Insider.
Just a completely game-changing player. Probably a once-in-a-generation type player.
Players reflect on the GOAT, Yadier Molina. Plus,
my brother, I love this man. Like, the day he retired, I'm going to cry.
Hear how Waino has made a mark on his teammates too. And later,
it's an event that is to get money for the kids. They need help, so Yadi does these things to do that.
Travel to Puerto Rico to Yadi's Home Run Derby. Welcome to the season finale of Cardinals Insider. I'm your host, Ozzie Smith. 2020 has been a year of ups and downs, but one thing we can all be thankful for is the game of baseball. This season has been a sprint, but for Yadi and Waino, it's been full of memories too. We'll spend part of this episode looking at this dynamic duo. Let's begin with hearing from the players as they reflect on the legacy of our favorite backstop.
I think he's going to go down as the greatest defensive catcher of all time. And I think Johnny Bench has said that, who many consider, maybe the best catcher all around of all time. I think he has said Yadi's the greatest. Good enough for me. But having pitched to him, having experienced how clutch his hitting is, big hits, the incredible backstop that he's been, throwing out everybody, shutting the running game down completely, calling great games, just a completely game-changing player. And probably a once-in-a-generation type player.
Yadi, it's a veteran guy, man. He's one example for everybody to stay in the big leagues for a lot of years. It's my guy. Every time he's ready to talking with me, I follow every time. He's a good people and he's an example for me.
And a fly ball lifted out to deep left field. It's at the wall, gone! Yadier Molina, on a day in which he's wearing number 21, Homer's Roberto Clemente Day.
Calm. When you're like standing on the mound and you have a big game and then you're like, I'm standing there looking in for the sign, like, come on, give me the sign. He's just sitting there and you can see him chewing his gum sometimes, and then he like looks up at the hitter. And I'm sitting there like, come on, give me my sign, give me my sign. He just takes his time and then finally like goes and puts down his sign, and then it like kind of gives you that calmness, like, because you're so amped up, and then you see how calm he is and you're like, all right, let's get back to that.
He's a great teammate, he's great between the white lines. And one thing I keep repeating over and over is, his mental preparation is what makes him stand out above the rest, which makes him, takes him from being a good catcher to a great catcher. That mental preparation, not only for games, but for practice. And I think that preparation allows him in the games to slow the game down. Having that mental preparation and just the experience of 15, 16 years of catching really allows him to think a couple steps ahead.
Running and a throw by Yadi. Goodbye. Akiyama is the first out here in inning number 5.
I always stick with my favorite. I think he's the toughest, mentally tough person I've ever been around.
Legend, just because all the things he's accomplished and the way his presence is, with this organization is really unmatched, and he'll forever be remembered. His number will be retired.
He just competes. I have so much respect for him. He's, one of the best of all time. And I competed against him when I was with the other team, for a while, and always appreciated, whether it's a blowout game or whatever it is, he was competing on every pitch. And, it's what we all try to do, and he does it as good as anyone.
Every season, Adam Wainwright proves he's a strong pitcher, fierce competitor, and affable teammate. He's the type of player who represents the true Cardinal way. Let's hear from some of the guys as they reflect on our very own Uncle Charlie.
Adam Wainwright, courageous. The way he steps up to challenges, the way he handles adversity, the way he's battled back and tried to prolong his career, and now he's pitching better than ever. I mean, the guy really has no fear, and the way he competes is truly special.
Leader. You know, he's a veteran that we need around, and if he performs, then it just makes our team go even that much better.
Strike three called. 11 strikeouts for Wainwright.
Probably the best teammate that you could ever imagine.
He competes on the mound, whether he's got his best stuff that day or he's struggling, whether it's the first inning or the last inning, and even when he's on the bench and he's not pitching, I really appreciate that about him. And you know, him and Yadi just set that tone where everyone just falls in line behind him.
Leader. I'd say he just takes great care of every single person on the pitching staff. He really just welcomes everybody in.
My brother. I mean, I love this man like amazing. I mean, the day he retired, I'm gonna cry. That's borderline. I love this man.
Straight ahead on the finale of Cardinals Insider.
You know, he continues to work the same way to try to push himself to be better, which is rare for the longevity of his career.
Yadi and Waino reflect on their careers. From rookies to Cardinal legends, over the years, Yadi and Waino have created a one-of-a-kind baseball connection and even stronger friendship. For the past decade and a half, they've climbed the all-time battery chart. Let's hear more from Yadi and Waino about their journey through the game.
They are known as mentors, a beloved pair, and the ultimate Cardinals. But we like to call them Yadi and Waino. Yadier Molina and Adam Wainwright have played almost their whole careers together. But it was in 2006 when this battery was born.
For me, it's everything. I mean, I've been here for many years, and every time I put this jersey on, I mean, it feels great. I can't wait to take the field and represent this city.
Yadi's always been behind the plate, but Waino's first memories were as a closer. To cap his rookie season, he closed out the 2006 World Series.
For the first time since 1982, St. Louis has a World Series winner.
You know, everything I've ever dreamed about growing up, it was every time I ever was practicing by myself, visualizing stuff in the backyard, it was always bases loaded, bottom of the ninth for some reason, 2 outs with the best hitter on the plane and up to bat, you know.
After winning all of those pennants and championships, you would think they've reached the peak of their careers, but together they are still climbing the all-time battery chart.
Well, the great thing is he hasn't gotten satisfied with what he did in the past. You know, he continues to work the same way to try to push himself to be better, which is rare for the longevity of his career. You know, you see guys do that for a while until maybe some of their skill set fades, and then they kind of stop working as much because they know they're not as good as they maybe once were. Yadier has tried to figure out where he needs to be, keeps pushing himself to new heights, and you know, he just is always striving for greatness.
Oh, Adam will have it start to right outside on the bush. That's the way it should be. I mean, he means a lot for me and for this organization. I hope so. I mean, his is gonna be like way taller than mine, but...
No active players have been teammates for longer, and they hold the record as the longest tenured duo in Cardinals history. And besides winning championships, they won a lifelong friendship too.
My brother. I love this man.
For Cardinals Insider, I'm Emily Stevens.
Straight ahead.
If you don't know what you want to do yet, let us help you experience what it's like to give. Because once you feel what it's like to give, it's better than receiving.
Waino talks big league impact. Big league impact creates a lasting change for people in need. Adam Wainwright pours his heart into the cause of helping those in need, both locally and across the globe.
For me, in my personal journey, I went to all the different cancer balls and pet rescue foundation deals and children's hospitals and all kinds of things, trying to figure out what it was that was going to be kind of my niche. And then we got involved with some water initiatives, with clean water, and then we got involved with some food initiatives. So we were working with Water Mission, and we were working with Crisis Aid. They were feeding kids in Ethiopia, and they were going up into the mountains, and they were rescuing these kids who were literally like minutes and days away from death, from starvation. And I just, you know, when we go meal to meal and we say like, man, I'm starving, you know, when you see a picture of that kid and then you see the results after the feeding program, what that makes, that really stuck with me. And it was clear to my wife and I that it was the basic essential needs, the food, the water, the shelter, the medicine, the things that if they don't have it immediately, they're going to be very, very sick or die. That was what really stuck with us. So this idea came about as, hey, let's try to get something off the ground. We'll do a fantasy football event, and we'll give all the money, 50% St. Louis, we'll give 50% abroad, and we'll do a clean water project. And that's what we did, the Honduras project. And I went there and I saw it firsthand and what impact that made, and I was able to take that story and tell other teammates about it. And so we've got a lot of people involved with it there. So this idea that, hey, if you don't know what you want to do yet, let us help you experience what it's like to give. Because once you feel what it's like to give, it's better than receiving. And so I want to make sure that if there's players out there not using their platforms, at Big League Impact, we're going to try to empower that player to go out and do great things in their community and abroad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Waino isn't the only one making an impact on others. Yadi's charity, Fundación 4, helps children in Puerto Rico. Let's take a trip into the Insider archives to his home run derby.
It's an event that is to get money for the kids. They need help, so Yadi does these things to do that. So first of all, they have a home run derby, Dominican against Puerto Rico, and then a game.
Yadier Molina is one of the best teams I ever have. And then all the time he need me, I gotta be here in support for especially the event he do it for the kids.
Yadi is an incredible person. What he does for us and the island of Puerto Rico is amazing. So we got to come out here and support his foundation. And we are extremely blessed to be out here.
After the break,
there it is! Hit number 2,000 for Yadier Molina.
Let's take a look at the top plays of 2020. "2020 may feel like the longest year in history, but the amount of baseball played has made this season a sprint. Here's some of our favorite plays from this abbreviated season.
This is opening day 2020 from Busch Stadium, and believe me, it is so great to say welcome back to baseball. It's back for 2020. Home run, Tyler O'Neill in his first bat of 2020.
Get up, baby, get up, get up, get up. Oh, yeah.
Here's a swing and a high fly ball hit deep left field. It's a gunner.
Carlson hits it out to right, base hit. Carlson with his first major league hit. It's a double. Miller hits a fly ball into left center field. Almore won't get there. One run is in. Here comes another. Brad Miller comes on through. Grand slam. Matt Carpenter. Grand slam at Wrigley. Andy walked him, and this game is over. They score 4 in the bottom of the ninth, and they win it 6-5. Yadier Molina on a day in which he's wearing number 21. Homer's Roberto Clemente Day, and you know it's extra special for him.
Fowler on the move, on the track at the wall. He jumps and makes the catch.
Tyler O'Neill with a catch, crashing up against the left field wall. Caught down at third. What a catch. Wong, a jump stop double play. That was Ozzie-esque. It's taken low and a pickoff at first, and got him. Yadi picked him off. Dylan Carlson brings in 2. Why not a triple? Dylan Carlson to third with a triple standing up. Carlson, base hit. 3 for 3. Wainwright, he goes the distance. 23rd complete game of his career. Absolutely remarkable, and a hug from Yadier Molina. There it is, hit number 2,000 for Yadier Molina. One of the greatest ever to put on a Cardinals uniform. Hit number 2,000 for Yadi.
This season is the 25th under the DeWitt's ownership. It's been an illustrious period of growth and winning for the franchise. Let's take a look at the day they bought the club.
The date was December 22nd, 1995. A group of investors led by Bill DeWitt Jr. agreed to purchase the Cardinals from Anheuser-Busch, and in that very first season, they took the club back to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. The DeWitt family has a long history in St. Louis baseball. Beginning in 1916, Bill DeWitt Sr. had spent nearly 4 decades working for the Browns and Cardinals. DeWitt Jr. picked up the mantle for the 1996 season, kicking off an era of growth and success. From 96 to 2019, St. Louis appeared in 14 postseasons, meaning they qualified for October 58% of the time, resulting in 4 pennants and the club's 10th and 11th World Championships. Off the field, the DeWitts and the Cardinals have been a philanthropic fixture in St. Louis, including the founding of Cardinals Care in 1997. Since then, the charitable arm of the club has built youth baseball fields and given out millions in grants to nonprofits whose goal is aiding children across the region. In April 2006, Busch Stadium 3 opened. Its design and construction was overseen by Bill DeWitt III, who became club president in 2008. The skyline changed further with the development of Ballpark Village Phases 1 and 2, home to the Cardinals Hall of Fame, another DeWitt invention. Many who've played under the DeWitts have been added to the Red Jacket Club, and more will be. During their 25 seasons, the DeWitts have overseen the acquisition or development of some of the most substantial players in franchise and baseball history.
Dives and he's got
it! December 22nd, 1995, the day the DeWitts became majority owners of the Cardinals, and a day that certainly changed Cardinals history. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McMillan.
Coming up, I answer one of your questions during Ask Ozzie. It's time for this week's Ask Ozzie. Haley from Tazewell, Illinois asks, what has Yadi been up to lately? Well, Yadi's been playing a lot of baseball. He went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs his first day back from COVID. He passed Red Shandings on the hit list, and he's closing in on 2,000 hits. So Yadi's been playing a lot of baseball and doing extremely well. You know, the great thing about Yadi and leaders like Yadi is they lead by example. He's a true leader, and he represents what Cardinal baseball is all about. Thanks for the question, Haley. That's the last question of 2020, but keep submitting them at cardinals.com/insider, and I'll answer more next season, and we'll be right back. We always notice our Cardinals locked in and listening to music before a big game. So we decided to find out who likes the sing-along. Let's find out on this week's Ask a Cardinal.
I mean, the easy ones are Sweet Caroline, and because then you can get the crowd involved, or Chicken Fried by Zach Brown, or I like doing any Toby Keith song. Those are some fun ones.
Don't Stop Believing. Yeah, that just seems like one that everyone gets into, you know.
Go-to karaoke songs. See, I don't sing karaoke. You got to stay in your lane. You got to know who you are. It's not my lane. If I was gonna sing one, that would be Ain't No Mountain High.
A lot of voice cracking, but I kill it. I can do pretty much anything Dolly.
Tequila. Bruno Mars, Versace on the Floor, I would do.
Any kind of Garth Brooks song is usually pretty solid. In college, we used to do the Sweet Caroline. You know, anything, if you're out, it's whatever people are going to know, right? Nobody likes the guy that goes out to karaoke night and sings the song that only he knows, and everybody's just kind of like looking at him like, what are you singing? So you got to go with the popular ones.
Should Have Been a Cowboy. I could do that one pretty good, I think.
I try to stay away from karaoke whenever we get a chance. But Ain't No Mountain High, Marvin Gaye.
I pass on karaoke.
That's it for today's episode and Season 5 of Cardinals Insider. Thanks for watching each week, and we'll see you next spring.